Alright, we are C Fixed at Nashville Super Speedway. We're going to take you down through the last lap that I did. This practice session's over, so I will have to start up another session and do some more laps, but this lap was pretty decent, so we're going to take you through that. I think if I had been a little bit more consistent, it probably would have been faster in the first two. So, let's go back to the cockpit view. Is this the actual lap? No. Just want to get through the turn of this one here. We'll let off at roughly this sign. Into that sign. Okay. Between that sign and the NASCAR sign and this one here, we're off and just lightly on the brakes. Bring it down to that yellow line. All the way down here. Well, I guess there's no yellow line over here, but all the way down to the bottom. We pick the throttle back up at just before the ally sign. Actually, probably more specifically, yeah, between that Cup Series sign and the ally sign on the wall. Ally sign on the wall there. We brought the throttle back up a little bit. And well before that one, that 4 sign, we are back full throttle again. Bring it up off the corner against the wall, and we're going to drive her down right so our left sides are as close to that line. I think I dropped them over. It's our finish line. We're going to bring it back up here against the wall. And we are, see if we do the same thing as the last time. Yep, right after this Cup Series part of the sign here, we are off the throttle, back on the brake. Light brake pressure to bring her down to the bottom. Just kind of rolling that part of the corner just before this purple sign. Here on the wall, we're picking the throttle back up again, only to about half, as we continue to drive off. Oops. Well, that was stupid. I hit the wrong button. Last time we are picking the throttle back up to roughly half, and just after that I felt about comfortable enough to full throttle back off the corner, up against the wall here, drifting up to the wall. Run the distance of the wall. As we get down in here, somewhere after this sign looks like, yep, off the throttle onto the brake light, get us down to the bottom. And in that purple sign, we're picking the throttle back up again to about half. And a little bit after that ally sign, we are full throttle again. Drive it up off the corner. I might have been able to sneak some more time if I had got down here. But that yielded me a 30.391. In this particular session, we were about 2/10 or so off of the fastest lap inside here, so that'll give you an idea of what it looks like to take a lap, fast lap, around Nashville Super Speedway. We're going to our settings. We have steering ratio brought up to 16:1, and I've backed the front brake bias down 3% from the original. Didn't have to mess the steering offset because the wheel appeared to be fairly straight. So if those help, let's see here. We had ran some laps prior to that, but only some 30.8s. we really kind of basically after that set the steering ratio and then just kind of went out there for a go, and I was able to drive it in a little bit harder, a little further in there, based on the points I showed, to get it right down there in on the right down there into the corner and drive it around. The truck behind me had any influence on some ground on me, maybe potentially. So that is our lap around the track. We are rocking our self-created Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade paint scheme, which can be found on the can be found on Trading Paints. And as evidence, my lovely artistry by making this paint scheme. If this video was helpful, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, as I will try to be doing an ARCA and a C Fixed when I have time to get those in. Same with, I'd like to be able to do one for B Fixed and C Fixed. I'd like to try to do those races, but I seem to be a tad bit more competitive in the lower series, so your ARCA, your C Fixed. B Fixed I've done alright, but A Fixed is a whole different ballgame. With my iRating making it to 2.1, I've been getting into some other lobbies that were making those finishes a little bit more difficult, but I have done pretty decent. So, and again, we'll post this guide out once I have completed an actual race in the game to see how close that the lap time is, or I will update this video with a different one if I'm able to crank off some better laps in a practice session. Thanks.